From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Now, you might know someone who has battled cancer. These people are fighters and always inspirational. They also find strength in numbers. You're going to meet someone today that is currently fighting cancer and has started a local support group. So we welcome into the studio today Diane Morton. Welcome, Diane.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me, getting the word out about this support group.
We appreciate you being willing to talk about your story. In fact, maybe we can start there.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about what you've experienced.
Okay. Well, I was diagnosed with colon cancer in December of 2006. And I went through surgery, radiation, chemo, the whole 9 yards. And the numbers looked really good. It looked like I probably had 75 to 80% chance of being cured. So after going through all of that, I had probably 4 months of being cancer-free was all. And then my cancer came back. They found it in January of last year. And so I now have cancer in my lungs. I have cancer actually everywhere. My doctor in Provo told me that I was going to die. He said, the people with cancer like this probably have about 2 years. Some less, some more, but the average is about 2 years. And I was pretty devastated. My husband and I didn't know where to go or what to do with the news like that. So I went for a second opinion in Salt Lake with pretty much the same diagnosis. Since that time, I have met people who have beaten cancer, who've been told that they're terminal, that their cancer is pretty serious, and they're here 12, 15 years later. And so I know it can be done. I know you can beat it. And I'm going to get on my soapbox for just a minute and express a little bit of encouragement to anyone who finds themselves. If you're a cancer patient, you find yourself in this situation, don't give up. Doctors aren't God. They don't know when you're going to die. And
they're only using numbers. They only use the science that they know.
That's right. You're not a statistic until you die. And so so just keep fighting. I went online. I also, if I can, would like to take just a second and tell doctors, I don't think you should have the right to put an extermination number on an expiration on someone's life. I don't know if they think they're doing us any big favors, thinking maybe we'll go out there and we'll live life to the fullest, but it doesn't work that way. I feel like my doctor stole from me hope, and he stole joy, and for a while he stole my will to fight. I had thought, why should I do chemo? Because it didn't work before, and why should I go through all of that again?
Is it a common thing, by the way, for doctors to do that? Do they all do that? I think I hear that from time to time.
I think it happens quite a bit, because I now do treatment at Cancer Treatment Centers of America in Zion, Illinois. And it is an amazing place. They focus on hope. They never tell you, sorry, your time is up, you're going to die. They just don't do that. But I have met person after person who's had the same story as me.
Right.
At that treatment center, so many people are there because there's nowhere else to go. So
I don't think I would have any idea how to respond if someone gave me that news, and so I can see how difficult that would be.
I think it's wrong. I don't think that you can fight cancer if you don't have hope.
Right.
And
it's not serving you any good to say this is how much time. Now, having experienced this and still experiencing it as you are, this is something that you want to help others with.
It is.
And this is the lead into the support group that I mentioned before then, I assume?
Right. Well, you know, I feel like I have a chance now. But my doctor's words still haunt me, and I want to, I need a support group for myself, but I also need to reach out to other people.
And you can get that support and reach out to other people. I love that. I love that. And I want to talk a little bit more about that support group in just a moment. When we come back, Cindy Krall will join us and we'll talk about this support group that Diane started.
If this were a lump in your breast, it could be cancer, and you wouldn't be able to feel it from inside or out. But there's a new technology that can see cancerous lumps at their earliest, most curable stages. It's technology that's helping save women's lives. It's called digital mammography. It can find a tumor years before you can feel it. Call Ashley Regional Medical Center to learn more and to schedule your appointment.
From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome back. Now, you've heard the emotional journey Diane Morton has taken so far against cancer. In that fight, Diane has also been concerned about others, so she started a cancer support group. Cindy Krall, who often attends that group, now joins us in the studio. So welcome. I'm glad you came.
Thank you.
Now you have undoubtedly a story to tell as well. I think it's so wonderful that you're both willing to come on the show and share your personal experience.
I did my radiation and chemotherapy, and we're on our way. All my scans are looking good.
Tell me about this little piece you have here.
This is my Friday the 13th Mass. I had to do 6 weeks of radiation, and I'd heard of radiation. I didn't know anything about it. I thought
that's
it was
where
going to be hot. I thought it was, is it going to hurt? Is it going to burn? I didn't know anything about it. For me, and I know like people that have breast cancer, I think they do tattoos and put little marks on the body, so when you go in to have your radiation, they're always shooting the beam into the exact same place. Well, with my brain cancer, this is a wet mesh.
Really?
And you
so
lay down,
formed to you.
And it formed to me. And then when I went back the next day, they kind of size it, and they cut out a place for an eye, and you can breathe through there.
Yes.
And then some other places we cut out was because I was on steroids. So you just kind of, I'll give you an idea. You just kind of put this on and your chin fits in there.
Right.
And then they strap or bolt it down onto this table so that you can't move.
Wow.
And then you go through the radiation, which only takes, 5 or 10 minutes.
Now, you're no longer doing that?
No. I did it for 6 weeks, and then after that, and they do about 1 week of full brain radiation, and then the last 2 weeks were focused on particular areas. And
that's fascinating. I've never seen anything. Now, you two met in this support group that you started.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And how many people attend?
Well, we've had 2 meetings, and we've had one other person besides ourselves that's come, so it hasn't been well attended.
Yet.
But it has been very beneficial already to me. Cindy is an amazing person, and to just get with someone who understands what you're going through, and be able to talk about your fears and your anxieties and your illness with someone who understands.
And off camera, Cindy mentioned that she had some similar experience to what you shared before with a doctor giving an expiration date and that kind of thing, which I can't agree with you more. Sounds so inappropriate. Now, there's one other that meets with you, and where do you meet?
Well, our first meeting was in the UNT County Library, but since then, Ashley Regional Medical Center has got on board. They're helping us get started. And so we're going to be meeting in their conference hall that's just across the street from the hospital.
When do you meet, and what time? Is it regularly each week, or do you call up and say, let's meet?
Our next meeting is February 10th at 7 o'clock. And after that, we're planning on meeting every 2 weeks, every other Tuesday.
Right, right. And this is advertised also through Ashley Regional Medical Center?
That's right.
For other people to know?
They're really helping us out. They're getting flyers out for us and doing a lot of the legwork that way, so we're very grateful.
I also wanted to encourage caregivers are more than welcome to come to the meetings.
To come as well. Now, what about families or spouses? Is it that kind of thing too? I imagine you mentioned earlier that your husband had reacted to something that that was said in one doctor visit.
I'm sure Cindy agrees. It's not my battle. It's not Cindy's battle.
It affects
you know,
everybody.
It affects our whole family.
Well, you both have been absolutely delightful guests, and I think this is a very worthwhile show, and I hope that some of our viewers may join you in that support group. Now, every 2 weeks, Ashley Regional Medical Center at 7 o'clock, did you say?
That's right,
7
at the
o'clock?
conference center
In the
across
conference
from the
center.
hospital.
And what day of the week is that?
Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday, so every other Tuesday.
Right.
All right. Next one, February 10th. Well, you can watch this episode of Local Point and other VTV programs on demand at www.vernal.tv. Thanks for watching. Thank you two for being here.
Thank you.